Welcome to the Brian Smith Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network. Join us each week as we go inside Loogootee Lady Lion basketball with head coach Brian Smith. Now, the Brian Smith Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Get your family the perfect Christmas gift, the gift of the past treasured memories. Give your loved ones copies of videos, films, and audios of loved ones on DVD or digital files. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. That's 812-630-2449 for that perfect Christmas gift.
This is your IHSAA. This is your state. This is your high school. This is your athletic association.
Fans, I'm IHSA Commissioner Paul Knighty, and we're here to make sure that all of this remains yours.
This is your state. This is your community. This is your IHSAA.
It's the Brian Smith Show. I'm Greg Bateman, and Coach, guessing the mood is a little bit lighter around here after a couple of wins, more so maybe than what you were a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, most definitely. I'm just really happy for the girls because those first 4 games were really rough. Actually, the first 5 games were really rough, and we've kept our spirits, we've kept good attitudes, and then it's kind of paid off here the last couple games. I thought North Davies was our best, our most complete game that we'd played this year. All boxes were checked good, and then last night was kind of not a pretty thing, but it was showed where we were at as far as mental toughness and heart and effort and all those things that you got to have. And yeah, real happy with the girls.
Let's start with a win last Tuesday night against North Davies. You just came off a tough loss against Shoals here in your home court, and I know that was disappointing. You know, there was an opportunity there, but North Davies certainly was a game that you felt like you had to win, and it was close throughout, but your girls finally got a win, and I know that from the coaching standpoint, you had to feel good for the girls.
Yeah, real happy. You know, that after the Shoals defeat, you know, we've looked at our schedule, and there's some games that, you know, we're going to have a good chance of winning, and there's some games that we're going to have to play really well to be in the game, and losing the one to Shoals kind of got away from us, and then we knew we had a few more with North Davies coming up, and I really liked the second half. We got down defensively and guarded them, and I think they scored like 20-some points the first half, and then we held them to 10 the second half. And you know, I just think that our defense kind of fueled our offense that night, and it was a really good night.
You know, North Davies was inexperienced, you were inexperienced. I guess the difference to me is that your inexperience is coming along maybe a little bit faster than some of the other teams that come in similar to you right now. And that North Davies game was a perfect example. And I think some of your senior leadership, Grace Gingrich was great that night, and Katie Callison was too.
Yeah, Grace was really good against North Davies, and I thought she was really good last night. Scoring the ball, defending the ball, just a lot of loose balls. She just plays with a lot of positive energy out there, and you know, if she makes a mistake, she doesn't let it get to her. She just, you know, kind of the next play mentality. So she's been great last few games, and she's been a good leader here in practice. Katie is kind of the same way. She's kind of the more quiet of the two, but she does a lot of the little things that a team needs. She plays really good defense. She's capable of knocking down the outside shot. And she's got a good positive attitude about her. Both those girls have been here. They battled with the Joneses and the Flemings, and you know, Grace and Clea would end up wrestling most practices just for a loose ball. So Grace and Katie's not going to back down from anybody. So
that was the North Davies win. We'll take a break, come back, and talk about the Orleans win. After this, it's the Brian Smith Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.
Becoming a licensed sports official is a great way to make a positive difference in the community and support the over 160,000 Indiana student athletes that participate across 22 IHSAA sports. Sports officiating allows you to stay connected to the game, Become a role model for our young student athletes. Earn extra money and support the patrons and communities of our IHSAA member schools. To learn more about becoming a licensed IHSAA official, log on to ihsaa.org/officials today.
When you think sporting goods, think no further than All Star Sports in Ferdinand. Custom embroidery, screen printing, team uniforms, sports equipment, and sports apparel and shoes. We have it all. Give Brad a call today at 812-367-1618 or visit them in the Country Plaza Shopping Center in Ferdinand. All Star Sports is open Monday through Friday 10 to 7 and Saturday 9 to 4. All Star Sports, when you're thinking sporting goods.
Get your family the perfect Christmas gift, the gift of the past treasured memories. Give your loved ones copies of videos, films, and audios of loved ones on DVD or digital files. Call Milligan Communications today at 812-630-2449. That's 812-630-2449 for that perfect Christmas gift.
Want to know what I like best about playing basketball for my high school? I like it because it's a place where my friends get to see me play. I like it because I'm playing for someone besides myself. I'm playing for everybody in my school and every person in my community.
Indiana high school sports. They're more than just a game.
Come and see me play.
Greg Bateman back in the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network with Brian Smith. And, Coach, let's talk about the Orleans game. That was a game that you were down most of the game, but I think you used a good word when we talked earlier. They just gutted it out, especially in that second half.
Yeah, we did enough to fight through the silly turnovers and the missed shots. You know, the first half I didn't think we played that bad. We couldn't throw it in the ocean from the paint. We couldn't from the perimeter. We couldn't hit any shots. So that put a lot of pressure on our defense. Then we come out in the second half, and they jump out to a 9-point lead there early in the third quarter, and we start thinking, are we going to be able to score? And then I think we went on an 8-10-0 run, and right there showed me a lot about them, as they didn't quit, they weren't giving up. We just had to dig deeper on the defensive end until we got something to go on the offensive end. Just a good heartfelt win. We had some silly turnovers there at the end. And that's something that we're going to work on today here in practice is time and score and knowing, when to go, when not to go. When the team's trying to foul you, I like to just hang on to the ball, be strong with it, and then you go knock down, you hit your free throws. But overall, the last two games have been really good for these girls, and hopefully we can build on these two.
What I really like, Coach, particularly in the Orleans game, was the ball movement that you had. I mean, not much dribbling, going around the perimeter, and then it seems like your weapon is maybe a high-low, maybe just a drive and pass underneath, but they're finding Grace underneath with some really nice passes, and Grace Gingrich is finishing.
Yeah, we put in a couple new things after the start of the year to get some more ball movement, get the ball inside more, just give them different looks, and I think that's definitely helped us here these last few games. Our scoring average is slowly going up. We're taking better shots, higher percentage shots. We're hitting them. We're getting to the foul line, and those are all pluses. So yeah, Grace has been a big threat inside. They've been playing behind her, and she's got good moves. She's strong. There's a couple times from the out of bounds play we were able just to hit her from a direct pass from out of bounds, and she scored. But we're going to need a lot more of that going forward, and this upcoming week we got the Washington Hatchets is going to be a handful, and Washington Catholics improved this year, so we need a good few days of practice here this week and then get ready for next week.
Well, we know Washington will be a difficult game. We talk about the difficult schedule you played in the beginning, and maybe you don't have a stretch like that, although I see some games down the road, some pretty tough games, but that Washington one will be a handful. So the focus in practice, at least from this point, would be what?
Really taking care of the ball. I thought we really got sloppy there towards the end of the game with our game management, our time management. So I'm sure Washington's going to press, they're going to trap, they're going to try to speed us up, and those are the things that the teams in the beginning, even Orleans last night, they tried to speed us up, and we're still fighting how to slow ourselves down, how to improve our fundamentals, how to have 5 girls on the floor that are willing to help each other out and not allowed to get trapped. And if they do trap us, we got to make them pay for it. So that's going to be the major focus today and the rest of the week leading up to the Washington game.
Another thing I noticed in the Orleans game, and I don't know if it was something different or maybe even not by design, but we talked earlier about Emily Hawkins. She had brought the ball up almost 100% of the time against pressure. Last night, whenever Emily was guarded, you had Mallory bring it up with Emily on the opposite side, and that seemed to work for the most part. But ball handling still needs, this looks like, to be in Emily's hands if possible.
Yeah, that's what we got to get. We have to develop some other girls that can handle the ball. I think we have some. We just got to take away the fear of oh no, I've got the ball, I've got to dribble down the court. We've got girls that can handle the ball, but they've got that mentality that they can't when they can. So I thought Orleans did a really nice job of denying for the most part. I think Emily's got to do a better job of trying to get open, fighting through the holds and the grabs to get open. But we're definitely here to develop some more ball handlers this upcoming week.
You know, another observation from myself, just watching games. Probably to me, one of the most improved players seems to be Katie Callison. I know maybe in the stats it doesn't always show up, but it seems like she's always where she should be. And I know from a coach perspective, she's not always where she should be, but she seems like she's the one that the offense kind of runs around. Emily brings it up, but it seems like when it gets to Katie, she knows where to go with it immediately.
Katie is very smart, and she's steady. She doesn't get too high. She doesn't get too low. She has an even kill about her. Sometimes it bothers me she doesn't get too high or she doesn't get too low. But for the most part, she knows what we're in. She talks to the younger kids. She gets them where we need to be. She's just kind of a security blanket, a calming effect on the team when you got a coaches over there hooting and hollering. She kind of brings the girls in and she has the calming effect. But yeah, she does a lot of the little things, like you said, the stats don't show, but you know, this year she's always guarding the other team's best player. We'd like for her to try to score more. I've fought that for the last 4 years to try to get her to score more, shoot more. But she gives us a lot, and we're going to need her going forward.
You know, it's not often I get to watch from a fan's perspective, but I have a couple of games, and particularly the Orleans game. And what's neat is the crowds are pretty good, and I think our fans understand the challenges that this team has, and it seems like they've appreciated the effort to this point.
Yeah, I was real happy with the North Davies and the Orleans, and I've really those first few games wasn't a lot of fun, but I've really enjoyed coaching this team. I like seeing how we're improving in certain areas. I like their attitude. They're very coachable. They want to improve as well. I think they feed off the fans. And our fans were very supportive last night. We always appreciate our fans coming out. So we're hoping to keep improving this thing and get some more wins and develop some more players. We feel like we got things going in the right direction. Our lower levels are playing really good basketball right now. We feel like we've got some talent down there that's getting worked hard, that's improving, it's learning fundamentals, and we feel like we're in a good place right now.
Yeah, we know it's a work in progress, Coach, but we appreciate the work that the progress is being made, and we thank you. We'll see you down the road.
Yeah, thank you.
Coach Brian Smith on the Brian Smith Show on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network. You've been listening to the Brian Smith Show. Join us each week as we go inside Loogootee Lady Lion basketball with head coach Brian Smith, only on the Southwestern Indiana Sports Network.